Good morning and welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. It's really a cold day here in Alabama. It's wet and it's not cold enough to have ice, but it's really cold. But today I was going to show you how I really save everything that I have left over for future meals. I've already told you that when we have vegetables, that I have a dish, like a Tupperware dish with a lid, and if I have just a few spoons full of beans or peas or corn, I just keep adding to it. And when I'm ready to do vegetable soup, I just put my canned tomatoes and mix all that together. But today, I'm going to show you, I had frozen some roast from December, and I froze it in 2 plastic bags because I thought, well, if I need both bags, I can empty them. But if I don't, I'll just have one and then use another for another day. Today, I'm going to fix Harold and me a roast beef sandwich out of this, and let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my camera to where you're going to be able to see my stove, and I have turned the stove on, and I'm going to add some butter. I keep my butter in a dish on the counter. It has water down in it, and it keeps the you just change the water, and I leave it out all the time, and the butter is soft. Like if I wanted to do grilled cheese or something like that, I'll try to link where you can find one of these if you would like it. I've had mine for years. My cousin, who is like a sister to me, gave me mine probably 10 years ago, and I absolutely love it. But I'm melting some butter in my skillet, and I've chopped just enough onions, or sliced them. I didn't chop them. I sliced them. Probably it was a half of an onion, and I'm just going to saute that, and that's enough for both of us to have on a sandwich. You know, I found a lot of people say, well, my husband wouldn't eat leftovers. Well, mine does eat leftovers, but sometimes we have extra, even if we eat it the next day, and I save it, I freeze it, and on a day like a Sunday afternoon when you don't want to fix anything that night, you can just get it out and come up with some sandwiches. But what I'm going to use on this, after the onions saute a little bit, I'll add the roast beef in there, and I have some just sub sandwiches, sub rolls. You don't need to have a particular brand or anything. And then if you like bell peppers, you could do that also. I love bell peppers, but Harold doesn't. Well, we'll just say a lot of bell peppers don't like him. So the onions will just give it a real good taste, and that's going to be the main thing. I'm going to use on it the provolone cheese, and this has a natural smoked flavor to it, and I love that. I think I've worn my sweatshirt before when I have done a video, but some of you, I know I did, because some of you asked me where I got it. I have a friend who's precious to me, and everybody in the education fields call her Miss Annie. And she goes from school, from school to different classrooms, from school to school, and she teaches certain lessons. And I'm telling you, the kids love to see her. She hasn't been able to do it much with COVID. But years ago, Miss Annie's husband had a stroke. And it was touch and go for quite a while. And she said that when he started therapy, it was really hard for him. He had to learn to do everything all over again. And she said their thing was, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. And she had some t-shirts made, and then I got one of those. And then this year she had sweatshirts made, and it's perfect to wear today. All right, these onions are beginning to brown a little bit. So I'm going to add my roast beef, and it's still just a tad icy, so it's probably going to pop just a little bit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn the stove down, and I'm just going to let that simmer until it's good and warm, and I'll be right back. Okay, it has simmered and the meat is good and warm. Let me see if I can put it over here so you can see it. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could add peppers or anything that you like. But now I'm just going to put just a little bit of salt and black pepper. Now, I'm ready to put it on my sub buns. Let me move this over here. I just sliced them open. I'm going to put the camera down. Okay. All I'm going to do is put some of the meat. Let me turn it over and down a little bit more. Put the meat with the onions chopped in there and just cover my bun really good. I think you can see. And I'm going to do the same for this one. I always put foil or parchment paper down. It makes where you don't really have to clean up. It's clean under there. Just wipe it. All right. Making sure I have onion on there. And I do. Now I'm going to take the provolone cheese. Let me show you what I do. I just kind of half it. And I'm going to put some on the other half. So these are thin slices of provolone. So that's what I'm doing. This is going to be so good. Now I have my oven on broil. I've already preheated it on broil. I'm going to put it in the oven just until the cheese melts. It won't take it long. And when it melts, I'll take it out and show you how easy it is. And that didn't cost me anything because I already had the cheese, I had the onions, and I had my roast beef that was already frozen. You can use your leftover roast beef for another meal and just make some brown gravy and fix some mashed potatoes or whatever. But I always say that you could even put it in a vegetable soup if you wanted to. I gotta watch this because it's already beginning to melt. I told you it's very thin. I'm going to put this right here because it's going to be hot when it comes out. Do you see? See how the cheese has melted? And they're hot. And all we will do is probably just have that with some chips, but I'll tell you, it's too hot right now. You see it, but I'm not going to eat it until it cools just a little bit. I'll turn it around this way so I can talk to you and tell you that I hope that you show love this whole month and every day. This morning, as I was reading from 1 John, and I was thinking, man, John was, he really stressed love. And he said, you know, Jesus loves us so much, he calls us his children. You know how much you love your own children. And to imagine that Jesus loves us even more than that. Y'all, I hope that you'll be salt and light. I think maybe you might can see that this is stamped salt and light. Show Jesus. You let him see, let others see that you have the light of Jesus in you, and give them a reason for hope because he's our only hope. Have a great day. I'll see you later.